go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. I go marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. I go marching one by one. Marching alone is not much fun. So come on, marching round and round like a choo-choo train. Choo, choo, choo. We go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. We go marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. We go marching two by two. Wrinkles stops, whoops, and falls over to tie their shoe. But how? Let's learn together. Welcome to the EarlyON. We offer programs and services for children 0 to 6 years old and their parents and caregivers in Brantford and Brant County. I'm Ellie. This is Wrinkles, and we're here to learn how to tie shoes. So let's get our shoes on. Better idea. Bring a big shoe to a table. Here we go. I'm so glad you're joining in. To start, watch all of the steps. Then try the steps, one at a time, backwards. That means grown-ups do all the steps, except the last step. That's for the kids. Every time kids master a step, grown-ups leave another step for kids to try. Are you ready? Me too. We're going to use a method taught at understood.org because it uses repetition, and repetition helps us learn. We'll start by picking up our wiggly laces and giving them each a name. I call this one Snaky, and this one Wormy. What do you call your laces? I like those names. Lay Snaky and Wormy, or whatever you call your laces, on top of the shoe. Snaky gives Wormy a hug. Around, through, pull tight. Lay Snaky and Wormy down again. Wormy gives Snaky a hug now. Around, through, and pull until you have a circle 3 fingers wide. Snaky dives into the circle and under. Wormy dives into the circle and under. Now we have 2 loops. Pull them tight. The shoe is tied! You can keep practicing with the big shoe on the table until you are ready to try with your own shoe. Then you might tie your own shoe with your foot lifted up on a stool, so you don't have to worry about bending over. You can focus on the tying. If it's tricky, try these tips from Niagara Children's Center. Use cotton laces because they're not as slippery as nylon laces. Use 2 toned laces so that you can see where's Snaky and where's Wormy. Grown-ups could also mark a line on Snaky and Wormy to show where to stop pulling when the laces go diving. Have lots of fun practicing. Soon you'll be tying with your foot in the air. Thanks for joining our EarlyON activity today.